To do the Retistore Plus and Retistore Peels, you will have the following on your trolley. Tripeptide cleanser, either the Retistore Plus or the Retistore Peel, clean cleansing sponges, a piece of gauze, and of course your peel. In the peel pack you will get 5 bottles of layer 1 and 1 bottle of layer 2. You also have your syringes and needles ready for use to draw up the product. I have already drawn up what we're going to need today for this treatment. You're going to be using 3 ml of layer 1 and 1 ml of layer 2 for this procedure. We're going to be doing the Retistore Peel today on Shannon. Of course, Retistore Plus is double the concentration and double the strength. As Shannon is a skin type 4, we're starting with 3B4. We are starting with Retistore, and then we'll take her up to the Retistore Plus when we know that her skin manages it well. To start off this process, we're going to be cleansing her skin using Tripeptide Cleanser. So we are going to be using probably around 3 ml of the product on wet hands. And we're going to foam it up. It's essential that you use a tripeptide cleanser with this treatment, as a 2% salicylic acid in the cleanser will prep Shannon's skin for our first layer and the penetration of it. So what we're doing is we're actually starting to remove the oils of her skin so that layer 1 can penetrate well. After around 2 minutes contact time, we will be removing the cleanser with our wet compress, sponges, or our mittens, whichever your unit chooses to use. We're going to just block out the more sensitive areas on Shannon's face so that the peel doesn't dry them out too much with petrolatum gel. Just using an earbud to do that. The areas will be the corners of the eyes, corners of the nose, unless she really prefers to peel there, and the corners of the mouth. Also going to put some on her lips. Sometimes with this peel, people's lips do peel a little bit because the retinoid does tend to go where it's needed. Now we're going to be applying, so we've cleansed Sharon's skin properly. We're going to apply the Retistore layer 1. We're going to be using 1 ml of the product on our gauze. I suggest that you do fold the gauze so that you don't have pieces flapping around, and then apply the peel to the gauze away from your client so that there's no risk of splashing it onto your face. This layer will stay on for 5 minutes, so I've asked my timer to start their timing. The 5 minutes include application time. Now Shannon has had a beta peel before, so she is cringing a little bit because her body's expecting it to burn, which it isn't going to do. The product is quite potent in its alcohol smell, so you can fan the fumes away a little bit. Layer 1 is a beta hydroxy acid hybrid. It is at a neutral pH, so so it's not going to make her skin tingle or burn at all. Remember to just tell your client that it's not intended to be a painful procedure. To remove the layer 1, and we're going to use tripeptide cleanser again. Just this time, because your client's skin is very clean, remember to use much less of the cleanser. So we're going to be using probably a half a ml, if that. Otherwise you're going to struggle to get the foam out of her brows and her hair. Close your eyes again. I'm just going to wash this layer 1 off. Might be a little bit of a tingling. That's all good. Skin okay, Shannon? Well, this is just to help us remove the excess, so not a very long cleanse. And we're just going to remove that with our cotton pads. Make sure that you've removed all the cleanser, because you don't want any residue on her skin that's now going to prevent layer 2 from penetrating. So what layer 1 has done is it's started to work on the lipid bilayer to remove it so that your retinoid, which is your layer 2, penetrates better. Now you have 2 ways to apply your layer 2. Remember, I'm going to be using 1 ml of my layer 2 only. I'm going to today just put it into my tint bowl. And I will be applying it with a fan brush. You're also welcome to apply it with your fingertips if your syringe technique is good and you're able to drop it onto the client's skin. I do find that sometimes people struggle with a syringe, and then what happens is they squirt it onto the patient's skin, and we don't want to lose any of this very, very important gold liquid onto sheets or towels, because this is really what's going to do the work of this peel. So this layer is a retinoic acid layer that will go down to the basal layer of her skin and will start the turnover process of her skin. This layer will cause a fine flake. It's very much a light flake. It's nothing aggressive. There is a little bit of social downtime, but really it isn't anything aggressive. She'll be able to wear makeup, and it's very important just to keep her skin very well hydrated. Layer 2 stays on for 8 to 12 hours. Please do not apply masks or serums or sunscreens over layer 2. Your client will leave it on for 8 hours with her first treatment, then wash it off and start with Barrier or Restore depending on how dry her skin is. She will continue to use her Barrier or Restore until the flaking has completely stopped, and then she can go back to her usual routine. Also, please remember to remind your client to stop all retinoids and alpha hydroxy acids for the period that she is peeling, and to continue to apply her sunscreen daily.